You should love people and use money. And if you ever get that equation reversed and you start loving money and using people, you're in heavy trouble. I talk about it a lot because very few people understand it. I think Tom put it very well. They don't understand it. Our education system is lacking in that area. They don't teach people how to earn it. I love showing people how to earn money. I love watching them earn a lot. We have salespeople that are earning well over $1 million a year. And one of them is earning $2 and $3 million a year. And I love that. I think it's good because you can do a lot of good with it. And we do a lot of good with money. But I love earning it. See, earning it is the expression of the creativity that we've been blessed with. I give most of it away. I've told the kids I'm not going to leave them a whole pile of money. I want them to learn how to earn it, and that's what they're doing. Yeah,
that's great. Because that distinction, Bob, you know, a lot of people are confused about that distinction. They say, well, you guys talk about money and you're obsessed with money, but it's really not about the actual money. It's about, like you say, the creative expression and the service you're providing. Does that sum it up pretty much?
You know, yes, absolutely. You see, that doctor friend of mine, he thought you earned money by going to work. That's not it. You work for satisfaction. You provide service to earn money. See, a lot of people say these great singers are not worth the millions they earn. Yes, they are. Every time a radio is turned on and their record's played, they're entertaining people. They entertain millions all over the world. They deserve to earn millions because it's their service they're rendering. And when you render a great service, you're worth a lot of money. Like you should earn millions at what you're doing because the service that you're rendering is such an incredible service. And it's worldwide. Anybody in your business that's not earning much money, they're just not approaching it properly. If they're in your business and they're doing it right, they're earning a lot of money. And they should.
That's true. You know, our best leader is earning $3 million a year, and it's a guy I went to high school with. And I've noticed, you know, it doesn't make you a different person, but it gives you more choices. And he's been able to be more philanthropic and do things that are important to him, all because of having the means and because of following our system.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about. And you see, if he's earning that kind of money, he's getting a lot of satisfaction.
He is.
He's earning that much money because he's that good at teaching people how to handle money and how to use it, how to earn it. Yeah.
You know, Bob, here at WealthWave, we're holding hundreds of classes every day of teaching people how money works based on, you know, to these guys writing how many works, stop being a sucker. And as these classes are going on, we're educating people. I would like to know what your take is on using education to teach people how money works, but also to kind of help the financial literacy in the United States and in Canada through education.
Oh, listen, you take a look, almost all welfare recipients are third, fourth, fifth generation welfare recipients. Wow. It's a mental problem. It's people don't understand money. And I think the way you're doing it, I think is probably one of the best ways you can find, because you've attracted them by telling them they can earn money here. That'll attract people because people want money. But then you've got to show them how to earn it. And that's what you're doing. You're educating them. See, education comes, as Hill said, from the Latin educo, meaning to educe, to develop, or to draw within. And what you're doing, you're showing them how to pull the very best out of themselves and apply it to the business that they're in. It's a phenomenal concept that you've got going. WealthWays is a beautiful name. I looked at it, when I first looked at it, I thought that's a winning name. Because we operate in waves. We operate in waves of energy. We are a mass of energy. And energy operates on waves. So it's all on frequencies. When you get onto a positive frequency or get onto a wealth frequency, you can't stop the money coming. That's why he said in here, in Think and Grow Rich, he said when money starts coming, it'll come so fast and so furious, you're going to wonder where it was hiding through all the lean years.
That's right.
Well, no, but that's true. And if you're running hundreds of classes, you're being properly compensated from every one of those classes. And that's the way it should be. You should be able to compound the service that you render, multiply it, send it out. That's the beautiful part of networking. If networking didn't exist, it should be invented. You know, I'm constantly asked what I would do if I started over. I would go into network, absolutely, because I was flying one time from Toronto to Kuala Lumpur. It's 25 hours in the air from Toronto to KL. So I spent 50 hours in the air going back and forth. And I was going there every month for 5 years. And I always work with words and numbers when I'm on a plane. So I wrote down 1 and 6 zeros. And I thought, what is the big deal about $1 million? We fantasize about it. What would you do if you had $1 million, huh? And we've written songs about it. It's just a magic number. I had earned $1 million, and I never really thought it was a very big deal when it happened. I know other people that earn millions of dollars, and I thought, what the hell are they doing that's so different? So I kept playing with it, and it dawned on me, to earn a lot of money, you've got to have more than one source of income. And most people just have one source of income. If they're married, they probably have 2 coming into a home, and maybe if they're short, one of them or both of the couples may take on an extra job, so maybe have 3 or 4. And I kept playing with this, and I got it down to multiple sources of income. And everyone I know that earns a lot of money has multiple sources of income. There's no exceptions to that. Now, there may be, but I don't know them. And I got excited on the plane. I thought, I'm going to run a seminar where I teach people to earn $1 million by setting up multiple sources of income. And I got off the plane in Kuala Lumpur. I phoned Mark Victor Hansen from Newport Beach. Now, it was the middle of the night in Newport Beach, and I got him out of bed, and I got him excited. I said, Mark, why don't we run a seminar where we teach people to earn $1 million by setting up multiple sources of income? And so he and I started. He got a hold of Jack Canfield. We got Bernie Dorman, Lee Poulos started the old spaghetti factory. There was a group of us, and we started the $1 Million Forum. Do you know that's where the Chicken Soup for the Soul books came from? Mm-hmm. They come out of the $1 Million Forum, and they earned millions on that. But we were teaching people if they would set up multiple sources of income. That is the secret behind what you're doing. People don't have one source of income. They've got many sources. And you can have thousands of sources of income. And that's what makes the difference.
Bob, what do you say to people that are watching this that, you know, they're trying to build this business, and like any business, there's ups and downs and struggles. They're kind of, they got one foot in the water sort of kind of thing, but they're a little bit discouraged. What would be your, give them the Bob Proctor motivational
I'll tell you
speech, Bob.
exactly what to do. You got one foot in the water and one out. Either get the hell out of the pool and struggle for the rest of your life, or get all in the pool and start winning. Do exactly what they're telling you. You're screwing around. If you're not winning, it's because you're not working it right. That's it. It's that simple. Listen, all you have to do is look at people that are earning millions. I've earned millions of dollars. If you give me an IQ test, I probably come out about the middle of the road. I'm not that smart. You don't have to be smart to earn a lot of money. What the hell? You already know people that are earning a lot of money that aren't very smart. It doesn't take smarts. It takes discipline. Discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and follow it. You set the goal. You write down on your paper what you want. This I will do. And then you discipline yourself to do exactly what Steve or Don tell you, and you do it every day. I went into the Prudential of America, and I trained their people to get in front of a prospect every morning before 9 a.m. and ask everybody to purchase $100,000 worth of insurance. That was way back in the early 70s. We raised the sales in the largest insurance company in the world by hundreds of millions of dollars. Discipline. Get in front of somebody before 9 a.m. every day. Ask everyone to buy. You don't have to sell everybody, but you got to ask them to buy. Give them the opportunity to turn you down. If you're not winning, you're probably not talking to people. That's the cause of it. If you talk to people, tell them what they're offering, telling you to tell them, you're going to win. So you either get in the pool or get the hell out of it. Now, if you get out, you're going to lose. You're going to stay the way you are for the rest of your life. That is not an option as far as I'm concerned. The only option for me is do exactly what the person that's winning tells you to do until you find out they're lying or they don't know what they're talking about, and quit screwing around. It's your life. It's too important to screw around with.
I had a feeling that's what you were going to say. That's what I was looking for, Bob.
Wow.
We're looking for a motivational speech, Bob.
Bob, just say what you really think. I mean, don't hold back. You don't
Yeah,
have to.
you're among friends here, Bob. So, Bob, speaking of life, July 5th, you're going to be 87 years old. You've spent 50 years traveling the world, coaching people, speaking with people, doing one-on-ones, taking your time. And I would really like to know, and I've never asked you this before, but what's the single most important thing that you've learned, Bob Proctor's learned, over all these years of helping other people? What have you learned about being happy and successful?
You got to learn to give. You have to learn to give. And if giving isn't spontaneous, you're trading. Giving should be a very spontaneous thing. There's so many opportunities, and you should take every opportunity you can, give as much as you can. That is the greatest secret to success. You'll find the great givers are the great winners. I learned that a long time ago. W. Clement Stone started as a very poor boy in Chicago, hawking papers on the corner. In 1970, he was the wealthiest man in America. W. Clement Stone built Combined Insurance. W. Clement Stone's success came after he read Lloyd C. Douglas's book, The Magnificent Obsession. The Magnificent Obsession is about giving. And I looked at it and I thought, magnificent obsession. I always thought of obsession as a negative. But how could it be magnificent if it was negative? So I looked up the word obsession. An obsession is a persistent, disturbing preoccupation with an often unreasonable idea. If you become obsessed with giving more, and don't look for thanks, just give, you're going to win in a very big way. Now, I can't think of a greater service that you could be providing with this concept than the one you're providing. There's a greater need for people to understand money in the world today than anything else. A greater need than, and I'm not exaggerating. Now, I'm saying this after studying. I have a great library of books. Oddly enough, this is the first book I ever read, and I was 26. But I've got a phenomenal library in the house and in the studio. And all these years of learning, that's the one thing. You've got to give. And you've got to willingly give. My first mentor, Val Van de Waal, he said, you've got to willingly give and graciously receive. See, that's what you hadn't learned, Don, when you got that watch.
Right.
And you've learned that since. You willingly give and you graciously receive. And when you learn to do that, you start to live a pretty good life. Mm-hmm. Now, to do that, I think you have to have a respectable opinion of yourself. And it's not conceit. I'm talking about a healthy, conscious awareness. You are truly God's highest form of creation. You've got faculties within you that, well, you can do things way beyond the scope of your imagination. Nobody knows what you're capable of doing. Yeah.
It's great. Thank you.
Good stuff. So, Bob, what does it look like the next 5 years for you going forward? You'll be 87 this year, and then so say from now until you're 92. What are you excited about doing?
Same thing I'm doing right now. I'm going to keep doing the same thing. I want to keep building it bigger. We're not anywhere near as big as we could be or should be. We're, this strange thing. Last week was the best week I've ever had in business in 60 years. Wow. Now, about 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago, I could have said the same thing, but last week we beat that. We're having phenomenal success while everybody else is screaming problems. Whenever it's tough out there, that's when you really got to turn the heat on. Don't let the marketplace control your success. You control your success. You control it from inside, not from outside. And
What do
you'll
you-
win in a big.
What do you want your legacy to be, Bob?
I have no desire, nothing about legacy. I don't really care about that. I don't care what people think of me when I'm gone. I just want to do what I can now. You know, when I'm gone, I'm gone. I'll be busy off somewhere else. I really couldn't care. Listen, I don't care what they think of me now. I learned that a lot. You got to get to a point where you don't give a damn what anybody thinks of you. What's important is what you think of you. If you're going around concerned with what somebody else thinks about you, you're on the wrong track. I hope you like me, but if you don't, that's too bad, because I do like me. And I'm a nice guy. You should like me. But I quit writing about what other people think of me a long time ago. I heard Reverend Dyke say one time, you got to get to a point where you don't give a damn what anybody thinks of you. It's what you think of you that's important. And it's vitally important. Now, your company teaches you to have a real good opinion of yourself. And then you go out and you share that with other people. Understand this. We're coming to the end of this. I can sense it. You are in one of the finest industries in the world. Money is something hardly anyone understands. Almost everybody's up to here in debt. It's absurd. And there's never been a greater time in all of history to provide a great service. People are screaming for help. Go and help them. Help them understand money. Help them understand how to earn it. And give as much of it away as you can. It all comes back. Emerson said the law of cause and effect is the law of laws. That law states whatever you put out comes back in equal measure.
I got to ask you this before we go, Bob. You're quite the movie star these days. You were in The Secret, of course, and then we did Beyond the Secret together, whatever that was, right? But now you have a feature. Now you've moved on to feature films. I know, with Robert Pascuzzi with the new movie. Can you talk a little bit about that? That's pretty exciting.
I am a priest.
I know. I saw the clip. I was very impressed, Uncle Bob. I was very impressed. You played the part well.
I just wanted that experience. I wanted to be in a movie. And of course, Phil Goldfein's a very good friend of mine. He makes more movies than anybody alive today. And Phil's a great friend. In fact, I had a meeting with him this morning. And I just wanted to be in a movie. I wanted to see what it was like. It was fun. It was a great experience. Yeah. I was the priest that officiated at a funeral.
I saw the clip.
The guy in the world to be.
You're a good actor, it turns out. I told Robert Pascuzzi, Bob, I said, Uncle Bob's he's a heck of an actor. So you might have more of a future in acting as well, Bob.
Well, there you go. I might do more of it.
Multiple streams of income.
Multiple streams of income.
Well, you know, that's what William James in Harvard back in 1900 said. Act like the person you want to become. It's the actor's technique. And that's what you want to do to win. Act like the person you want to become. I study Stella Adler's book, The Art of Acting. And I think that's what every person should study. You got to act like the person you want to become. Don't wait until it happens. Act like it now. Walk like that person, talk like that person, act like that person, and you'll become that person. It's got to start inside.
Makes sense. Bob, we can't tell you how much we appreciate you taking time. We know how busy you are with the company, so we really appreciate it. It's always great to see you. We know we love you. And thanks so much for doing this.
My pleasure. Good meeting you, Tom.
You too. You're a great inspiration. Thank you.